It's Thursday, guys. It is, wow, it's the 26th. And do you realize April is like almost gone? 26 days in, almost about to hit the fifth. I'm talking about the fifth month of this year. How are you faring? Look, how are you faring? So today, the topic that I want to talk about today, I didn't want to talk about fear, but I wanted to talk about courage. Let me just see if I can see. I want to see if this one is live on my page. Interesting. I need to go to Business Manager. I just want to see if it's live on my page. I'm trying to see it on my computer so that I can see the phone. So give me 1 second, guys. I just want to check this out real quick and see. All right, I'm live. I can see it. I've never done this before. This is the first time. This is the first time. It's probably a little bit delayed though. But at any rate, all right. So look, today's topic is how to have more courage. How to have more courage. And I think the reason why I brought this up is because courage is the opposite of fear. It's the F word. And a lot of us have fears. Sometimes fears are okay. The fear of falling. Yes, you should be afraid to fall. That's what babies fear. Babies fear falling, and babies fear loud noises. So think about it. Have you ever been afraid when you heard like a big loud noise? Yes, we all have gotten afraid. The thought of falling off a cliff or falling, off a building, afraid. Those are the absolute two things that we should be afraid of. But what about our businesses? Think about being afraid inside of your business being successful. And I remember being afraid, years ago when I thought about being successful in my business. And it really affected me for a long time because I wouldn't do certain things. Back then they didn't have folks weren't doing videos and, there wasn't, social media. But if there was, I probably wouldn't have did it because I would have been afraid. I was afraid to speak in public. And that's a major fear. I remember doing network marketing. And that was most people's fear was, oh, I don't want to do the presentation. Oh, no, that's not for me. I'm afraid. But what in the world will we be afraid of? So today's quote is one that I grabbed out of a book called The 5-Second Rule. I was thinking about courage. I knew the 5-second rule talks about courage. And I said, let me find something that would kind of talk about courage and how you can be more courageous. And so here's the quote. It says, you are braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. Braver than you believe, stronger than you seem, and smarter than you think. This is really a statement that if you really take it to heart, courage would follow right behind it. Because you say, wait a second, I'm braver than I believe and stronger. Wait a second, I'm even smarter than what I can think. You are absolutely correct. But a lot of times we get stuck on, well, I can't speak in public. I'm shy. That's not how I do it. That's not how my parents did it. All these things that we decide that are our limits. And I heard someone talking recently about how we impose limits in our life. And it's kind of like you place yourself in this box. And so by placing yourself inside of the box of only things that you can do because that's all you've ever done, it will put limits inside of, all of your relationships, your business, it will stop you from being the unlimited type of person that you want. Yesterday we talked about being an expert. And being an expert, like how in the world, if you're not an expert, how can you be an expert? You've got to be courageous. You've got to have enough courage to get out there and start talking about something. It's turning on the camera and deciding that, you know what, I can talk about this. Even if you don't know a lot about it. You don't have to know a lot about something. Hey, look, I don't have to know a lot about courage, except the fact that I've had to deal with courage. I've had to deal with fear. I've had to, overcome some fears. I've had to be more courageous. Every time I turn on the camera, I ain't gonna lie, I get little butterflies. These little butterflies start tingling in my stomach. And I said, man, should I do it? And then the other thing says, yes, I'm gonna do it. But if I was listening to that old limiting belief that I used to have, it would have said, nope, you shouldn't do it because no one's going to listen to you. You're not an expert. You're not smart. You're not brave. You're not courageous. You know what? It doesn't even matter if you do it or not. Just don't do it because it's going to make you feel uncomfortable. And you know what? Whenever I do something that I was uncomfortable doing at first, all of a sudden it becomes easier. All of a sudden it's like every day I wake up, I do something, I've been doing something different for the past, I think 30 days. And it's like every day I'm driving towards this thing, I'm driving toward this thing, I'm doing it. Now, there are still things that I've got to get more courageous on. Got to get more courageous. I've got to break through every barrier that's standing between me and my dreams. What's your dreams? Are your dreams worth putting them on the line and not doing something? But are your dreams worth it that if you did the things that you have to do in your business, in your life, that it would make your life better? Yes, I had a conversation just recently and just, speaking to the individuals, what I find is that most people will settle. You'll settle for just any old thing. Well, you know what, I've been doing this for a while, so I'll keep on doing it. But when you take time to think about, man, if I could choose everything that I wanted to do, if I could choose the life I wanted to live, maybe, wait a second, I'm not going to live this life that I'm living. I'm going to change it. That's going to require you to have some courage. Because when you go from doing something for 20 years, 30 years, and decide that you're going to change, people are going to look at you funny. Somebody's going to say, what's wrong with you? Man, there's nothing wrong with doing that. There's nothing wrong with keeping that job for another 20 years. There's nothing wrong with, just working out the time, 40 years. And a lot of times you work for 40 years and you still have to work. That was the conversation, a part of the conversation I had yesterday. Got to work all this time, still can't retire, still needs to be able to work because you didn't have enough on with the amount that you had, and now you got to live on less than that amount. That doesn't make any sense. Why is it that most of us will not step outside of the box to do something great? Talked about greatness last week. You are great. Muhammad Ali said, I am the greatest. But he wasn't the greatest at the time. George Foreman was better than him. George Foreman was the heavyweight champion. But Muhammad Ali said, I am the greatest. No one is better. No one can beat me. He had to decide that for himself. He was so courageous that he would say it on national TV at the expense of someone not agreeing with him and someone saying that you're a fool. He did it anyway. He was courageous. But now we look at Muhammad Ali and we just say, man, he was he was incredible. He's a role model for all of us because he defied the odds. How are you defying the odds? How are you making a change today, right now today, in your life, in your business, in your health, right? In your relationships? How are you making a change today that's supporting what you want? Tell me. How? What is it? I'm waiting. What is it? See, we wake up every day and we just keep doing the same thing. Look, we all do a lot of the same things. But look, if it's not challenging you, if it's not making you stretch yourself to be, to create something different, I have to create something different every single day. And at first, it was so challenging. It still is a little bit challenging. To create something that I've never said, it's still challenging. But you know what? I'm willing to put it all on the line. I'm willing to put it on the line, put it on a video, put it on Facebook, put it on YouTube, put it anywhere, run an advertising to it. I'm willing to share it with anybody, everybody. Because one day, some time ago, I did not have the courage. I had fear inside me. And that fear, which is the same as the courage, I feel the exact same way. Fear was the exact same feeling that I had in my stomach. Like right now, a little tingly. It was the same one. But go to the other side. Make a change today. Decide that, you know what? I want my business to do $1 million. That's what you can say. I want my business to do $500,000. I want my business to do $10 million. I want my health to be the best health that it can be. I want my relationship to be the best relationship that it can be. But what I want is what I want. And I don't want to just settle. I don't want to just settle for the status quo. I want to make an impact. Every single person on this planet. Once they get to a point where they know that they've got something going for themselves, we all look back. We say, who can I help? Man, I want to help some people. Man, I want to be able to give money. I want to be able to give resources. I want to be able to give time. But what if you could give more than money? See, what if you could give more than those resources that you're talking about accumulating? See, because if you could create the you that you're supposed to be, and you take that you and you start giving that which is inside of you to all of these people, to all of those organizations, it's better than money. It's way more than money. See, because we can give money, right? But that may not necessarily change a person. But when you give a person inspiration, when you give a person the mindset to want to do more and be more for themselves, then that's when the change really happens. But it's only going to happen if you do it. It's only going to happen if you change. Jim Rohn says, for things to change, you got to change. And if you're going to change, then everything around you will change. Have more courage today. Don't allow fear to get inside of you. Say that when fear comes, you're gonna knock it out. When fear comes, I'm going to be the best that I can be. I have a quote, a mantra that I've been speaking over the past couple of weeks. And for some reason when I get on camera, I start to forget it. But here is the mantra. And the mantra is, there is a thinking stuff from which all things are made, in which in its original state permeates, it penetrates, and it fills the intricacies of the universe. A thought in this substance causes the thing that is imaged in the thought to be created. Man can form things in his thoughts, and by impressing his thoughts upon formless substance, he caused the thing he thinks about to be created. You're probably like, what is he talking about? I know, right? The first time I heard it, I was like, what are they talking about? Thinking stuff? Like, what is that? I'm going to tell you what I'm saying. In your mind has been programmed that when you can create an image of something, and you can keep your actions and you can keep your thoughts on this image, that image starts to be created. I'm going to show you how I've created things in my life. I'm going to prove it to you right now. When I was in high school, I said, I'm going to be an accountant. I'm going to be a CPA. I'm going to have a business. I didn't know that I was activating this thing in my mind. I didn't know exactly how I would do it, and that's a lot of times people get caught up on the how. But if you can get your mind in a place of the person that you want to be, think about the character of the person that you want to be. That's what I want you to consider. The character of the person that you want to be. That will show you who you need to become, and not about how you need to do it, but get an image of that person, of you, a positive one. Not the person that can't do something, but the person that is something, the person that can do anything that he sets, anything that she sets her mind to. Get the image. I guarantee you, if you start thinking about the images that you've had in your mind and you look around your life, you will see the power of your thinking that's already come to fruition. Doesn't matter what it is. We have power. Create the image. Put your mind on the image. See, because that's where you got to get rid of that fear and have courage. Have the courage to be that person, even if you don't believe you are that person right now, because the mind will believe a lie. The mind cannot tell the difference between a lie. Did you know that? Go watch a movie. Go watch a scary movie. Your mind will allow you to, oh, I'm a little afraid. Yes, that's what your mind will do. So go and change your thoughts. Put your mind on having courage. Take your mind off fears. And I guarantee you, you'll get the results that you want. That's right. How to have more courage starts right here in your mind, creating the image of the person you want to become, the character of the person you are, and your life will be transformed. That's the message for today. How to have more courage? Change the way you think. Change who you are, and everything around you will change. All right, guys, look, today's message, how to have more courage. You've got it. It starts here. They say everything starts in the mind. And so if that is true, I can guarantee you everything around you started inside your mind. So guys, if you haven't been to thehealthyaccountant.com, I want you to go there, put your email address in, drop it in there. Let's stay connected. Watch the video, schedule a strategy call. Let's find out how you can change how you think so that you can be organized. Look, financial organization is critical in your success as a business person, as a mother, as a father, just as an individual. Get on that website and drop your email and watch the video and schedule a call with me. Guys, I look forward to talking to you, and I look forward to seeing you back here tomorrow. Alrighty, guys, take care.